What up, y'all? Y'all back in Newman Spaces. Now, if you see my content, I always talk about, being unbiased in the situation. But the accuser of Sean Diddy Combs came out because the lawyer decided to let her speak, even though you can't see her face. I'm so tight because, listen to her testimony, and I had to listen to this testimony. The girl is naming everything under the sun that Puffy did with many different cases. So in one case, he human trafficked. One case, he shot at somebody. One case, he drugged somebody. One case, he probably killed Tupac. She names everything that he's been accused of in her one incident. That was a red flag for me. Then, so many thens. Then, she goes back to the apartment after she gets away safe because she said everybody left. But before that, she said it was other people in the house that was upstairs while the person that invited her over and Sean was doing what he was doing with her. Messed me up. Then she said she got the knife and she ran after Sean, caught him on the stairs, hit him, got him on the floor, looked over him in his eyes like, I could take you out of here now. Sean looked scared, he feared for his life, and she just walked back down the stairs and they did nothing to her after that, but offer her a hush button. After, for something small as her saying on the phone that he might have did something to Tupac, he went and did all this stuff to her. But when he stabbed her, when she stabbed him, going up the stairs or knocked him down and caught him with a little knife, he did nothing afterwards to that. I couldn't get that. Then when the lawyer she helped with the testimony, as if she's the one who didn't tell the testimony, why would the lawyer need to help you with the testimony if she's the one telling you the story? So she knows what she told you. You don't have to make her remember, but she did. Said something about it was a distraction or whatever, or something was created. No, the lawyer helped aid and create that story. Added all these little things in there, I believe. Not saying she did or she did not, I believe. Then he threw the fanny packs of drugs. Have some free drugs on us now. The same fanny pack that everybody was talking about. So she waited out to tell her testimony so they could conjure up the story about all the allegations and they put it all in one story. If y'all didn't get that out of that, I don't know what y'all got. Y'all should get that out of that. Me personally, I can't find no truth in it. If you lie about one thing, you lied about everything. You're lying about everything. Because all you need to do is tell the truth about the one thing and leave everything else out. The truth is going to be the truth. But for you to add more truths to these lies. So if a person like Sean beat a girl up bad, beat the girl up bad, and that's the truth. And we already shunning him for that. We're shunning you for you beating up somebody bad. Because that's how we feel, biased. Now, if somebody goes and they beat Sean up bad for another situation, beat somebody up, we don't go, oh, that's good for you because of what you did to that person. No, because that person deserved the justice they deserve for what was done to them. We're going to go, although he did wrong, he still didn't deserve that from that person. It was a situation that has nothing to do with that one particularly. And an example would be, he was down the block, minding his business with his family, and somebody ran up to him and said, yo, I don't like your sneakers, I don't like your hat, and punch him in the face. Has totally nothing to do with that situation, has something to do with a prejudice or whatever. You're going to go, it's messed up. You can't go, oh, that ties into that. So what I'm saying is, if we feel we're against what he did to somebody, we should still have that same energy. It be against what somebody does to him. Give an example, the Robert Brooks situation. How these people hurt this man while this man was already restrained and not giving any problem. Okay, we can't say because he was incarcerated for a crime he committed and he's paying for, we can't make that equivalent to somebody doing something to him and saying, oh, that's what he gets for that crime, because that's not the crime or the justice that was delivered to him. So now, because somebody did that to him, justice is supposed to be served on those people that did it to him, even though he did something wrong in his past. If that makes sense to people, because again, being unbiased, there's a lot of people that are going against him, and we're looking at it in a way like, man, that's messed up. That's messed up. And then some people are like, no, he deserved it. He deserved it. But just to show you how big the playing field is, if you move just one step up and you go to politics now, and you got, let's say, a president who not taking care of the people, not doing anything for the people, and people are against it because they say, yo, that's wrong. But all of a sudden, a devastation happened, a natural disaster, a catastrophe happened, and the president does everything for the people. Now, the people don't equivalent what he did wrong at that time. What he did wrong, they still feel away. But when he did right, they go, oh, okay, yeah, we want to commend him for the right. We're not commending you for the right and the wrong. We're commending you for the right. So sometimes people will know they did wrong stuff and then throw out some right stuff so you can forget about it. Or some people did some right stuff and then some wrong stuff will come out about it so people will forget about it. I'm just saying, we need to hold people accountable for the things they do, for the reasons they did that thing. Not because we feel a way about somebody for a different situation. Again, this just came out about 8 hours ago. I want to post this for the people so that people could know about it. If you would like to listen to this testimony, it will make you think about the things that's going on with Puff Daddy. It will make you think the things that's going on with Jay-Z. It will make you think about the things that's going on with Russell Simmons. It would make you think about things like Cosby. It will make you think about the things like R. Kelly. These things are relevant, all of them, because all of them are nasty, nasty allegations that was against somebody. No matter if they did it or not, it's still nasty. You should not have that against you unless you did that, and you did that, that's why it's against you, per se. But the trend is spiraling now. You know, the same attorney that's representing this girl is the same attorney that's representing the guy that put out the book for Kim Porter. So no matter what, at the end of the day, these people become famous and get to do other things off of a story. And they could just spin it mad different ways and work this story for their benefit. The same way as Tupac's name is revealed, a lot of people want to hear the stories about him. A lot of people want to hear the stories about Elvis. A lot of people want to hear the stories about Mandela. A lot of people want to hear the stories about McCarthy, or whoever you want to hear stories about. But sometimes when you tell too much of the good stories, eventually people want to hear the bad stories too, because they're going to go, oh, okay, those had to be in there. And if a person doesn't have those, like, oh, okay, well, it must be way more good stories, so let's have more of those, because we didn't get no bad stories. But the entertaining is now to shoot down or knock down the idols that you have, the people that you look up to the most. Good and bad, here's the thing. When you have an idol, right, it's something that you shouldn't worship, you know, they say, because this is the reason why you shouldn't worship an idol. Only reason is this. If you take an idol and that idol all the way messes up, you're messed up because you partook in that idol. So if I got God and God can't mess up, that's an idol I can mess around with. I'm like, all right, but no matter what, he don't mess up, so I'm good. Now I take an idol like, I want to be like Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj just made a mistake and she didn't file her taxes. Just because she didn't file her taxes, now she has a blemish against her. So idols have blemishes. You don't want to have a blemish against your thought process. So you're trying to own the thought process that best suits what's great. So when you idolize something, you're copying what it is, and you have to take the responsibility of your idol. Now, when you take things from that's idols, you take things, the good from them, and grab certain goods out of them, you create something within yourself that becomes something great within you. You may be idolized as well one day, but only hope that all the things that's so good in you that they could get nothing good out of you if that was to happen, if that makes sense. So what I'm saying is, when you idolize something, you idolize a pair of sneakers get messed up. You idolize a car break down. You idolize a house get messed up. You idolize everything that you possibly could idolize could get a blemish. God don't have a blemish. So this is the reason why God tell you to do that, to protect yourself, to give you proper understandings, to make you stronger. Don't idolize, don't stand for something that has blemishes. You can stand for a race, a country, or whatever. It's just that the problem with that is you're always going to have a situation with it because it's not perfect. So the perfect frame of mind is you creating a thought process or the space in your mind for Newman Spaces, the space in your mind for you to be able to be content with the things that you have, you know what I'm saying, put inside of you, right? So again, like I said, I listened to the testimony with this person. I understand that they want to utilize, they could be scared or whatever. It's just called defense. This is a tactic of defense. The attorney has every right to have the tactic of defense. Let me tell you why. Because if anything about that happens with the girl do perjury, the lawyer don't get in trouble for it, right? So if the lawyer got in trouble for when they represent somebody, if they take a case and they go, all right, since you want to represent this murderer, right? If this murderer is found guilty, you get found guilty with the murderer. They wouldn't say, oh, wholeheartedly, I'm taking this case. Nah, I'm not taking that case, because they're like, yo, I get the same penalties for representing. Now, if you bestow that on somebody legally, people would think about what they represent and what they would not. But the tactic that a person can use, it falls under the confines of legitimate representation. So even though the lawyer may know that that person is guilty, or even the lawyer may know that person is lying, the lawyers say, yo, I could come up with a great defense to make this look good, or to make it win, or to make it be truth. Or a defense attorney or somebody could be like, nah, there's enough evidence that's possible that nothing can happen that you could do that could make people sway these people. Then you got people that's over the situation, like, you know what? Although the people know it's true or not, we have the power to sweep it under the rug. So you're dealing with something that's greater than what you could possibly think of, if anything I say makes sense. I know I'm probably the kind of person that you really got to listen to me, because I spit. And the reason why I spit is because I really don't want people to know my flow. I don't want you to know how I deliver. But if you can understand, that means I got my point across and it makes sense. Making sense is a lot of stuff I like to try to do. So in general, I was just saying that with the young lady that they bumped forth, her story sounds like a Disney story. It sounds like all the fillers is in there. If you go and listen to it, you're not dealing with a person who has just one accusation. She got the Tupac story in her, what's her name? She write a book, she's incorporated with Tupac. Or for that alone, just because she said that Puffy did it. Nobody never yelled out, Puffy said he killed Tupac. She is the first one to make the statement of Puffy saying that. So she gets a right to be more investigated. Just look at the play. So, again, if he's held accountable for the things that he is being held accountable, he should be represented for the things that he shouldn't be held accountable for. So when I do this, I do whole stories out of it. I like parables, you know what I'm saying? I just mess with the dude who made parables, metaphors, and all that. So I'll ramble, but I'll just make situations that'll sound like, all right, maybe, does this make sense? Or does this make sense, or does it not? For the people that interviewed her, for the lawyer, all I want to say is this. Thank you for interviewing that lady, for the interviewer. And for the lawyer, thank you for representing that lady, for the lawyer. Because you get to actually show us through spirituality what's real and what's not. When a person talks or they say something, you don't have to question that, because it's fact to it. You find the fact in it because you feel it within you. If the fact is only that a person gave you the story, that's the only fact you could deal with, is knowing a person gave you the story, whether the story is true or not. That's the first fact of dealing with something. But to delve into something and go into the story and find more facts of the story could be something that a person will have to do because they're connected to it. But you can hear stories sometimes, and you can almost go, that wouldn't even add up. So with that being said, I'm done with that. I gotta finish. I'm at work right now, but I'm the boss. Newman Spaces, don't forget, Newman Spaces. If you like what I'm talking about, anytime I feel a way about something, I'm not trying to go at people or do anything like that. I just know that communication, language, and the way we perceive things are very important to the mental, to the mind. It's great that we got this. So sometimes we got to spark the energy of the mind and be like, yo, okay, this is not the information I need right now. Oh yeah, nah, I don't need that information. This is the information I do need right now. This is the information I do need right now. This is the information I don't, because that makes you who you are. It makes you who you are. But if you be like, I'm taking all this information, I'm gonna study this information all day, then you're gonna become that, and you idolizing something. When you wanna be a lawyer, you're idolizing being a lawyer. When you wanna be a doctor, you're idolizing being a doctor. When you wanna be this, because you're saying that that's what you wanna be, and you'll do what it is of what it is, and so you become that. You're gonna become it. And that's idolizing something. That's like wanting to be God. You want to be God. You want to become God. No, you want to take the things that God made and become you out of them. So that's why God don't like the devil, because the devil wanted to be God. And it's like, if you had to be me, you got to take me away from me. You know what I'm saying? Because in order to be the whole me, you have to be the whole me. So, you know what I'm saying? To be the whole something, which is if you are God, you know you the whole of you. So somebody becoming you or being like you would have to take away the whole of you. If I have a house and it's built that way, that house, to be that house, not to be a house like it, a replica, to be that house, I have to take every stone, every brick, and go place it somewhere and replace it to be that house, because I have to take everything from that house, with the water, the cup, everything that I can't, because that's the only way I could be that house. To be this world, again, to be this world, you have to take every tree, every leaf, everything to be this world. But to create things in the world, you can do that. So in order to be something, you gotta become all of it. You can't say, I'm gonna be that and not become it. You have to become it. That makes sense. I gotta leave with that, man, because I be getting too deep. They're gonna start calling me something different. They're gonna be like, that boy, yo, I'm off this, man. Newman Spaces, man.